Do you love to find new products to add sparkle and shine to your handmade cards? Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik and I sure do. I recently finished a fantastic weekend of classes from Scrapbook and Cards Today called Crop and Create Delivered Card Making, and I got a chance to play with many new products as well as dies, stamps, and stencils. Now, one of the easiest ways to add sparkle to our die cutting is to cut one layer with a Spellbinders pop-up die cutting glitter foam sheets. This one's called Peacock Feathers. It has a beautiful blue and a purple. And in the class, we got this bow, which is part of the Merry and Bright collection at Spellbinders, and we're taught how to make a card, a bow-shaped card with it. And I did one layer with those sparkle glitter foam sheets, and this was actually the back of it. So that was really easy and fun to do. Here are a couple more cards I made with layered stencils and stamps and dies from LDRS. There was stencils that did the rose, of course, and the hummingbird. And then on the last layer of the hummingbird, I added just a paste, and then I dumped on some purple glitter embossing powder and heated it up, and so I got a little bit of unexpected shine and glitter to that beautiful hummingbird. On this one, using that same set, I added Deco Foil transfer gel, and then I put some purple foil on there. So again, just a little bit of extra shine and shimmer to my cards. One of my favorite products that I learned about in these classes were the Pink and Main Adhesive Transfers. We received a package like this, and these are adhesive transfers. This one's called Snowflake Stickies, and you can use it to add foil or embossing powder or glitter, and this is the first card that I made. I used those adhesive transfers to make this heart and this sentiment, and then they gave us a sheet of other snowflakes that I also foiled. So I just love how that card turned out. We also received dies that matched the words in that adhesive transfers, and we received some snowflakes that embossed and cut. So I made this card as well. It's a slimline. I had layered embossed stencils and more of that beautiful foil, and these were the adhesive transfers with foil on them. Another of my favorite products that I learned about in the Crop and Create were Simon Hurley's Solar Paste. I had not tried his Solar Paste. I have used his Lunar Paste, but these Solar Pastes are just beautiful, especially when you put it on dark cardstock. This is the card that we made with Simon, and he had us using this one which is called Royal Flush, so it's like a purple, but then we added dye ink, and you could make the Solar Paste look purple or blue depending on how you hold it. Now that's maybe hard to see because it's just the snowflakes there, but I'm going to show it to you on other cards. So this one is simply the purple paste direct to black cardstock, and then I embossed it and made that card. And that background I just think is just gorgeous. This one I did use some of the blue re-inker in there, so can you see how if you hold it straight it looks purple, but as you turn it you can see some of the blues in there? I just think that's fascinating. Now, I ordered some more colors, but while I waited, I checked my local stamp store, and she had the Cross My Heart Solar Paste, which is a light pink. So here's a card that I made with that. This is the light pink, this is the dark purple, and then I die cut a snowflake and a joy out of some of that paper that I created. So I'm just loving how these are turned out. I'm going to make a card with two of my favorites of the products we learned about, which are the Lunar Paste and the Adhesive Transfers. Of course, the Simon Hurley Lunar Paste can be used in many ways and through stencils, but I'm going to use direct to paper and then emboss. I think they look best on dark cardstock, and I have a piece of heavyweight black. And then on an extra piece of craft sheet, I'm going to put some of the Cross My Heart down and apply that. I'm using a distress tool and a flat sponge for this, and then I'm going to do a couple different colors on here. But we're going to start with the light pink, and I simply put some down on the craft mat, and then I'm going to pick it up with this and apply it direct to the paper. Now, you can apply it, I guess, as thick as you want. I am just going in the center here and getting a good layer of the pink down. Just trying to keep it somewhat smooth there. Then I'm going to, I just lost my distress tool down on the floor, and I don't want that. I am going to make up a little bit with the purple. I don't want to put too much down because it's a shame to waste it, although in this case I guess I could put it back. But first we're going to go direct to paper with the purple. And then I am going to use a little more of the purple and add a couple drops of the Simon Hurley No Diving ink. Now, any dye ink will work for this. This was the one that Simon gave us in the kit. I will tell you that I tried mixing a couple of the colors, thinking I might get a third color, mixing a couple colors of the solar paste, and that didn't work. One was just dominant. Then I tried adding gold ink, and that didn't work as it was not a dye-based ink. So to get this look of the different colors, I think you do have to use a dye re-inker. I was going to do that with mix it with this. We'll see if that works. I use this, I think it will, to mix it. Just hold it down. So there we have three different colors of those pastes. We're going to have like a purple, a gold, a pink, and a blue. And that needs to be set aside to dry. It doesn't take too long, maybe an hour, maybe less, because that was put on pretty thin. Some of that off my fingers here. And let me show you one that is done. Here is one I did earlier. I have the pink in the middle, and then it shifts to blue on one side and it's purple on another. I hope you can see that. It's really beautiful. I've embossed that in a 3D Sizzix Snowflake embossing folder, and I am going to apply it to a white card base. But first I am going to use the Pink and Main Adhesive Transfers. So my favorite thing to do with these adhesive transfers is to foil it, and you can do it with or without heat. So if you don't have a laminator or a mink, you don't have to have one. You can simply put one down and then add embossing powder and then heat it, as I did there. Or you can add glitter, as I did there. Or you can use foil with no heat. You can simply put it through your die cutting machine, and that will transfer the foil onto those adhesive transfers. So the adhesive transfers are simply that. They transfer adhesive in shapes. And I am going to use the Snowflake heart and a sentiment. Now, I have my mink ready to go here. Again, you can do it without heat, but my favorite way to use it is with heat. And my favorite foil to use are the Gina Fancy foils. Foil is beautiful no matter what, but these have like little stars in there, so you really have beautiful movement of that foil. So the first thing that you do is you cut out the one that you want to use, and you take the two pieces apart, and I kind of need to take my glasses off and get my face in there to see. It's not hard to do, but it's just a matter of maneuvering it until you get that started, okay? And then you're going to set it down on whatever you're transferring to. And now you need to use some pressure to get that adhesive to really stick. So I'm going to put it through my die cutting machine. I have to do that off camera because there's no room. But I can do the foiling on camera. I can get my mink in the tiny space I have here to create and to film. So once I've pushed that down, I am going to remove this cover, and you can't see it, but the adhesive in the shape of that snowflake heart is there. Then I'm just going to take a piece of that beautiful Gina foil. Of course, any foil will do. I just like the kind like she has that has the stars in there that move. And then I'm going to put it through my mink. Which of course just takes a minute or two. Hardest part is waiting for that to go through. Let it cool just a bit. I'm going to attach it on here. Let's do the reveal. You see how beautiful that foil transferred in that shape, and it's so easy to do. Just takes a minute or two and you have a beautiful foiled heart. There are many of these different adhesive transfer sheets at Pink and Main, and I have a link to that as well as to my blog posts with all the details on all the cards that I share and all the products that I feature. I have created one. I repeated the process and put "Thanks so much," which is one of the sentiments from that same set, and I die cut the heart, and I have raised it so I could attach it to this card. So I'm going to use some glue and my Sweet Petunia glue press, which I am loving. I like to use glue, but I have an issue with the strength of my wrist getting it out of the bottles sometimes, so this glue press just takes all that work away. It just comes out beautifully, and I never have to worry about losing a pin or anything getting stuck. And then I am going to raise the heart up just a little bit on some strips. And you can see how easy that card was to complete with all that shimmer and shine. I love how all these cards turned out, and I hope they inspire you to give some of the products and techniques a try.